edition of the Commonwealth Journal Sports Show. Tonight we're coming to you live from the Briar Patch. They're doing the Meet the Jumpers tonight, which means one thing: we're getting ready for basketball season. Still got a little bit of football left. The Somerset High School football team, they're still in the playoffs. They're playing in the semi-states this Friday against Breathitt County. And if they can win that game, that's at William Clark Field. And if they win that game, they'll be on to the state finals at Kroger Field at the University of Kentucky. So big things are happening here at Somerset. And for the Commonwealth Journal Sports Show, we are previewing our local basketball teams. Last week we previewed the Somerset High School boys and girls basketball program. This week we'll be spotlighting the Pulaski County High School boys and girls basketball program. And then next week we'll be looking at the Southwestern High School boys and girls basketball program.
I'm Heidi Thompson, and I'm a senior.
I'm Haley Rodner, I'm a senior.
I'm Coach Adkins, aka Coach A. This is our third year with the program. These two ladies have been here the entire time. We started out the first year, it was a struggle at best. And each and every day, I truly believe we've gotten better as a team. Each one of these young ladies, Heidi Thompson and Haley, were double-figure scorers last year, both of them as juniors. They do a great job leading the team. They work as hard as anybody we got in the program. They're always in here shooting extra. Anybody in the region, I'll take these two girls as far as shooting the three. They do an excellent job shooting the three. Now we got to work on their defense.
Now I know the past, since you've been here, you've always been, young. Still young, but now you do have two seniors.
Yeah,
how is that going to be having senior leadership?
Yeah, well, we've not had any since we've been here, but it's nice, They're like having an assistant coach, to be honest. They know what's expected of them. They know what the drills are. They know, they know how to get the kids motivated. They're always working on camaraderie stuff. They go to eat together. They go do this together, and so they're just an extension of me in the locker room and out in public. So.
I forgot which it was. One of the games on Christmas term, you had like 30-something points. You went crazy. Mm-hmm. How can you try to? Were you in the zone, or how are you going to try to get to that? To maybe because you're going to step up on your scoring probably with Shelby and some people out.
Well, yeah, the way that it's just that game, I was just on a roll. I was just feeling it. I found my spot in the corner, and Shelby would drive in and kick it out for the three. And like you said, we don't have Shelby this year, and we're going to miss her a lot. But me and Haley, as seniors, we both need to step up and score as much as we did last year. So that's getting in the gym, shooting extra, working outside of practice.
Talk about your game, because you like to shoot 3 points, but you also go inside. What's sort of your goal as far as how you're going to score?
This year I'd like to shoot a little bit more inside, not just outside. I've been working on a little pull-up jumper. Just takes practice and takes time and focus and dedication.
Obviously, Casey County's a good team to beat in the district. Just talk about how you think you'll be able to fare in the district this year.
Last year we lost 6 games to Southwestern and Casey County, and that was the winner and runner-up in the region last year, those two programs. And of course Southwestern went on to be runner-up in the state. We played them 3 times last year, Casey County. They've got everybody back again. They're all seniors. They got us by 11 in the district finals, which was a big turnaround from earlier in the year. As long as we can handle their pressure, then it's a half-court game. We feel like we can play basketball with them. Now, it's yet to be proven whether or not without Shelby we can do that. We think we can, and we think everybody's got the roles accomplished this year that we can accomplish that also. So, last year teams quit pressing us as the year went along. The year before, that was the go-to to beat us. This year it's yet to be determined, but we feel good about where we're at as far as that goes. So,
what do you think your team's strengths are this year? And what do you think your strengths are?
Definitely as a team, our strengths are our quickness. We have Maddie Dunn, which is our guard, and Caroline that can get up and they can get on the ball. And they're really quick and they can steal it and they can get under the end and shoot. And we also can shoot really well as a team. We have me and Haley out on the wings, and then also our post players can also shoot really good as well.
What will you miss, being your last year? What will you miss? I mean, will this be sort of an emotional season as you go through? Because this will be sort of the last time you may play high school basketball, maybe basketball in general,
I mean, yeah, I think so, but I don't want to get too upset about it at the beginning because I still have a whole season ahead of me, and I'm hoping that we can go far, win district possibly, go to region. We're the underdogs, but that doesn't stop us from doing anything. So.
Do you all both feel like you're all going to be like coaches on the floor, and you're going to sort of be an extension of him because all these younger girls are going to look up to you guys, because y'all been here the longest?
I mean, yeah, which after freshman year, whenever we had a couple people leave, it kind of just left me, and then Heidi came along. So we've kind of been as a team together trying to get the girls to keep their heads up. Yeah, we're young and we're not tall at all, but defensively is where it's at. And if we can get our defensive going, then we can get shots falling, and then that's whenever we all pump each other up and we get going and get on a roll. And just being a family off the court and on the court is the biggest thing.
What would it be like maybe one game or what's something you were looking forward to? Maybe y'all had a bad game, got beat, and really wanted to maybe come back. Any particular team or a game that really maybe stands out for you guys that maybe y'all got marked on your schedule already?
Honestly, I think all of our district games are marked on our schedule. I mean, Rock, Somerset, Casey, those are all definitely ones that we would definitely want to beat, especially Casey County, since like Coach A said, we lost to them 3 times last year. And we need to beat them this year.
And you obviously don't want to be the 4th seed because that'll pitch up against them. So if you can't beat them, at least Coach, talk about some of the other players
Okay. We've got all of our starters back with the exception of, as you mentioned earlier, Shelby Cawthorn, who's having another knee surgery, and we went 7 deep last year on the varsity level, pretty much, and we've got the other 6 girls back. We had an excellent summer. Shelby got hurt in her 2nd game back with us this summer and didn't play any more this summer with us. So we went with the 5 returning players that we had. A couple of them were still playing softball, and so we had 5 girls, and we played a varsity schedule, and we had a really, really good summer, playing some good competition. I think we ended up losing 3 games, didn't we? I think is what it was. They stepped up this summer, and I saw some good things, from the kids, without Shelby. We was able to play as a team. We was able to break presses. We was able to talk, and we were really good defensively, we felt like. So we're looking forward to seeing how that goes forward this year on the floor when the season starts next week.
Either one of you two, is there any young girls or girls that sort of surprised y'all that maybe y'all think is going to be an asset to this year's team?
I think Caroline has really stepped up. With Shelby being out this summer, she's not only grown as a basketball player but also a person, and she's gotten very mature, and she's been able to lead our team throughout the summer in the past couple games. I think she's going to be very important for our team this year.
Okay. All right, y'all got like any kind of timeout, back on the go, PC, cheer, or anything to do for me?
We do something what we do. At the end of practice, I don't even know. Y'all do something out there.
We just do Pulaski on 3.
Oh, Pulaski on 3.
Anything else you want to say?
I guess I need to mention few of these girls' names so that I don't get any parents calling me. So, returning at the post at all 5'8" of her, Dawn Wilson, had a tremendous year down the stretch last year. There was some really, really nice post players in our district, and she did a wonderful job. We had to win those 3 games in a row to get to the region, and we did, and a lot of it was because of her defense on the post. Molly Nelson is a 3-sport player here at Pulaski County, and she goes from one to the other, and we're in the middle of her 2 seasons, and we're excited to have her again. She's really athletic, and she's been away from basketball for a while, but she's getting back in the groove again. She'll really be a big help for us. Maddie Dunn, you know, the 100, 200 region champion in track, and man, Saturday it looked like she was in track form. She'd stood and wouldn't be about 10 yards from her going down the floor. And this summer she really took the ball to the hole, something she hadn't done before. And so we were excited to see how that transforms into the season. And then, of course, we've got 2 sophomores that played a lot last year, Madeline Blankenship and Carolyn Oakes. In fact, 2 years ago, they actually were starters at times during their 8th grade year. And both of them contributed a lot last year, and we look for big things from them this summer. We've got a couple freshmen this year that are in the varsity rotation, Mackenzie Pinkston and Sydney Martin. They're probably our tallest girls in our program, most athletic looking girls. They're young, even though they're freshmen, they're young freshmen. We're getting them some experience on the varsity level this summer, and we see some good things from them this year and down the road.
And she sort of mentioned that you all be more of a running type team. Will you all use that to your advantage as far as pressing and stuff like that?
We hope so. You know, we would like to be able to switch our presses up based on what the offense did, whether they scored, make or miss, after dead ball situations and so forth, without having to call it out. And that's when you really get good, when you can make teams uncomfortable, and that's where we want to be. We want to make them uncomfortable, whether it be full court, half court, 3/4 court. We want to make them uncomfortable, and then we'll see what happens. You know, we're not very big. If we get in a half court game, it's tough for us to get rebounds or guard the post. So we want to get it up and down game as much as possible. That means they've got to sprint every day in practice. All right. Let's see. RPC. Y'all know what that means? That's golf, though, ain't it? RPC. That ain't us, is it?
We can do all PC.
RPC on 3. 1, 2, 3. RPC. How'd that go?
Logan Bates, center.
Garrett Heath, shooting guard.
Grant Oaks, forward.
Colton Fraley, point guard.
Okay. Guys, it's your senior year. Just anybody sort of come in, but just talk a little bit about, you know, what y'all expectations to do this year.
Well, we'd like to compete for a regional title, win and go to the Sweet 16. It's always the goal.
How nice would that be? Because, I mean, you know, every other year you get to have the region at your place. So how good is that going to be something special, too, to be able to play the region at Pulaski?
Right. Being our last year, I think it would be our final. It'd be a good stepping stone for us to end our career on winning region and get to play. We went our freshman year. You know, we went to Rupp, and it was a great experience for us, and we'd like to end it the same place.
Okay. What would be some tough teams that y'all have to look out for in the region?
You always got Somerset. They're always a crosstown rival. Wayne returned some good kids, and then Lincoln County. And then Southwestern, you can't count them out because they've got 10 seniors over there, so that's always something. Hometown teams, it's always going to be a good rivalry. You
know, you grow up real quick, and, you know, also now you're seeing this might be your last year, you know, playing high school basketball. What does that mean to you, and just the feelings of having to be your last year, what you want to try to accomplish?
Just be phenomenal. Like, just be able to go out there and leave everything you've worked for throughout the years. Just be able to end it at the highest level you possibly can. I think just feel really good.
Okay. What were some of the big games last year? I know the Somerset games, you know, they were, although they beat y'all both in the regular season, but y'all got revenge and beat them in the district. But talk about the big games, some of the big memories last year. Anybody?
Most definitely the Danville game in the region semifinals. That's one we want to get back for sure.
All right.
Yeah, I think we've had that one in our mind all summer, and that's been motivation for us in the off season to get back to that point and make it on from there.
What are y'all going to have to do this year to be successful? I mean, what are some things that maybe coaches talk to y'all about you need to improve on, or what are some things y'all have to get better at?
Defense first has been a big thing for us. Instead of just trying to outscore our opponents, for times that we aren't getting our shots to go, but the ball isn't going in the hole. As long as we play defense first, then our shots will come. So we're trying to emphasize defense, and let our offense come from our defense. Family of three.
1, 2, 3, family.
With Coach John Fraley, Pulaski County High School, and another basketball season starting. You know, I've talked to you past couple of years, and you said, well, we've got this great class coming up, and now these guys are seniors, so this is sort of their year. So talk about this class, the senior class you got.
I tell you, they're the group that, you know, they were freshmen when I got the job, and they come out of middle school having a lot of success, and they're a great group of kids. They play hard, they practice hard, they kind of lead by example. It's a group that you don't have to worry about whether they're going to show up every day, and I feel like they've worked real hard, and they, you know, last year they kind of come up a little short, and they feel like that they're supposed to be champions, that they are champions. So I feel like they're going to make a good run this year.
You know, I talked to them beforehand, and, you know, we talked about getting to play, you know, the region at home, which will be special for them. And if they do end their careers in the region, it'd be on the home floor. But then also they said they wanted that Danville game back. Talk about that. Is that something that sort of burns in your mind every day?
It is. It's something we talked about, you know, when we started in the summer, you know, that feeling that we had sitting in that locker room at Lincoln, knowing that we had an 8 or 9 point lead and we had the game in hand and we just absolutely gave it away. And so that's something that has eaten at us and motivated us all summer. We had a really good summer. We've had a really good, you know, conditioning program through the fall. So if we can just get some injuries over with, we feel like we're where we want to be.
You know, it probably didn't feel like it at the time, but sometimes stuff like that can sort of make you better, because obviously as a young man or a young kid, you know, you get disappointment. You just, I don't want that feeling again. So you think that might be help motivate those kids more?
Absolutely. You know, not that they hadn't ever tasted or felt that, because they, you know, but I think it hit home with them. They were juniors. It was more their team. You know, some guys, the older guys had gone. Danny and Stephen wasn't here anymore, and Hagan. So those guys had kind of moved on. And I think for the first time in a few years, they felt like it was their team. And for them to taste, you know, to get beat like that and just give one away, I think it ate at them and has really motivated them. So, you know, in middle school, they had a lot of success. And like I said, they're used to, and so maybe that was an eye-opener. This is not going to be easy, you know.
Just looking at you from last year, you're losing one big scorer, Jacob Combs.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about, you know, who will be some of the people to sort of fill into his role to take up for slack he left.
Well, you know, the 4 seniors that we've got, all 4 of them, we're going to count on heavily this year. You know, Grant and Colton have kind of been through the war since they were sophomores in the starting role. Both of them have started since sophomores, but, you know, G kind of come on board last year as a starter and is going to step up there. I think he'll score the ball more this year. Bates has been a kid that's, you know, he's a 6'7", 6'6" kid that there's not a lot of them walking around the region, you know, and he's just been saddled by injuries for 3 years, and we're hoping that this is going to be the year he finally gets healthy. And then, you know, KJ played with us last year, and that's Jake's brother. He got his feet wet as a sophomore, and we've got 2 sophomores coming up in Zach Travis and Caleb Sloan. Both of them will probably see some starting time and can really score the ball. And we're all trying to figure out the defensive part of it, like all young kids are, but we'll get there. So,
just looking at your team, I mean, look like you got some big guys that you'll get into more of a half-court set. And I know when I talked to your dad, he said, I always like to shoot the high percentage shot, throw it in the guy at the center, and you got a more chance to score there than you do a guy from 20 feet out.
Exactly. Well, you know, Dad always told us first thing after the national anthem, throw it in the post. That's what he always said. So that's what we believe. We're going to try to play inside out, even if it's penetrating pitch. You know, we're going to try to get down there and get it within 6 or 7 feet and try to get a shot. And then once we do that enough, hopefully that frees up some stuff outside. But hopefully we've got enough size. We've got, you know, 3 or 4 kids that are 6'4" or better. For us, that's, you know, we're not used to that, so that's pretty nice.
Now, you know, and just talking about Colton, I mean, Fraley, you know, I don't think the kid has a chance. He's got to be a coach. I mean, does he play that way on the floor? Is he sort of a
He's always that way. He's been that way since he was a freshman. You know, he puts people in spots. He knows where everything should be, and he talks to kids. He talks kids through a lot of stuff out there when I can't get to them or no. I mean, he's always coaching for me. It's like having just an extension. And like you said, he's just been around the game since birth, so he has no choice but to know it. But it's been pretty special, that relationship with me and him, and for him to be the first point guard that I ever had was, you know, something that never be replaced.
I talked to Coach Baker, and you know, we sort of talking about how it's sort of wide open this year. I mean, there's some good teams with Wayne and Lincoln, but talk about that just as far as in the district and the region, how it's anybody's ball game.
It really is, you know. with the district being at Rock this year, that's going to be a hard out. Whoever faces them over there, and you've got us in Somerset who, it's going to be a battle.
Yeah.
They've got a good junior class, kind of like our good senior class, and that's kind of that's kind of the nucleus of their program. So. So in our district, you got 3 or 4, and then there's always West is always going to be athletic, Bull's always going to be athletic, Mercer with one school in the county. So we've got I feel like it's probably 8 or 10 teams. If you get to the region, I feel like you probably got a chance to win it. It's just one of those years. There's not that. I don't feel like there's going to be that one team that's 30-1 and just rolls right through everybody. And I may be wrong, but I don't think that is.
Do you want to play Danville again?
Absolutely. Play anybody.
All right. What will be some keys for y'all to be successful this year? The things that you really want to work on and have these kids to learn?
We got to rebound the basketball. In the years past, it seemed like we just had 1 or 2 that would always go get it. And this year, we're going to have all 5 go to the glass every time, and can't have anybody leaking out. Where it's going to have to be a team effort, and we work on that every day in practice. Of course, everybody always says defense, but it does boil down to that. We're going to score the basketball. I think we've averaged 70 or 80 since I've been here, and our big thing is when it comes down to it, can we get stops? And we like to play fast, and sometimes we give up a few buckets, but we're hoping that if we can cover the entire court, once it comes time to cover half court, we'll be a little better. So that's the way we're going to build it, and hopefully it works.
All right. Good luck this season, Coach. Thank you.